Okay, continuing on from the previous video, in this video I'm just going to show the zoom function, um, and like I mentioned before, the zoom is based on the distance between 2 points. So in the previous video I've just shown how to calculate the average between the player and this point, and so now I need to calculate a zoom or field of view value um, as you either move closer or further away. So zooming out when you move further away and zooming in when you move closer, just so I can keep things framed properly, um, since the camera is actually not focused just on the player anymore. It's focused on two separate objects. And okay, so the way that works is with this little bit, and this obviously also runs in a loop so that it keeps updating as you run around, obviously. Again, very short, 0.01 loop, so it's a really smooth update. The first thing you need to do is get distance between the 2 points. So I'm getting the distance between these 2 points, and that spits out a float value for me, and that's a specific, obviously the exact distance value, which isn't very friendly to setting field of view, using that as an actual field of view value. The values I get out is roughly 40 at the closest, and roughly 600 at the furthest point back here. So I need to convert that to be between 50 and 90, and it doesn't have to be exact values, just close enough is good enough, so that's pretty much what this does. This value is more based on the 600 rather than the close value, which is about 40, since I figured that if I divide 600 down to about 40, which 600 divided by 15 will actually give you exactly 40. If I can get that, since I want the close value to be about 50, whatever I divide the 600 by will make the close value small enough to be so I can add 50 to it and then get 50 or around 50, and then that means the big value I can also add 50 to it, and then I will have to also add 50 to it since it's a single calculation to get 90. So that's how I came on this little formula, I guess. So the 600 divided by 15 is 40, plus 50 is 90, right? So I can get my 90 value, and 40 divided by 15 is, if I remember correctly, about 2.6. Plus 50 is 52.6, which is perfectly valid field of view value for the close value. So that's what's going on there, and then I need to obviously plug that in, or set the camera field of view, and the best way I could actually find to really directly set the field of view is just through the console command, and I couldn't really find a specific Kismet node that allows me to set it on the actual camera, as a field of view. So the console command will, I guess, will do just fine. So the way that works is I use the convert to string to get the text out that I need to put into the command. Since you put text into the console commands, that's what I need, and so I need to convert this float to text with the convert to string, And then I also have to have the word FOV in it because that's the command for setting the field of view. So that's what this does. And you can see on the properties for this convert to string, you can change the amount of inputs. So if you have multiple things that you want to put into one line, you can do that. And then you also have a separator, which is quite important in this case because it needs to say FOV space and then an angle. So in the separator you can put a space, and that will allow you to do to put the command in properly. And so that's what this is, FOV space and the angle, and it feeds it to a new string, which is now a single value saying FOV and the angle, and then that goes into the console command input, and so that'll set it. That'll set the actual FOV. Obviously the target is the player because that's how you run console commands on there. And I'll just show quickly the console. When you first place the node, looks like this. So you just need to expose that, right click on it and expose that, so you can plug in an external value instead of having to type it in over there like you normally would. Cool, so that's how you can calculate the field of view based on distance, and I'm going to just jump in here quick and show this thing in action. Okay, so I'm just teleporting there to the to this area, and when I run in here, these things kind of pop into place because it's all temporary at the moment. I'm just triggering it on when I get here. So you can see there the focus of the camera is in between those points, and remember that other point is at the front face of that cube. You can see that's equal distance, and the zoom working there, and it works regardless of where you're running to there. And even though on the video it might it will look the frame rate is pretty low, I'm running it at 60 frames per second, and it updates completely smoothly, perfectly smoothly. So that's it for this video.